Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling Nerds Radio Network presents Monster of the Week. I am your Monster Keeper, Zach Romero. Now this is going to be a slightly different episode for the second mystery in our little, audio television play, because this episode is actually a crossover event. Yes, one of our hunters today is actually a co-host of mine for another podcast that is not officially on the Wrestling Nerds Radio Network. I'm, of course, referring to T.N, co-host of the Frightful Failures on Film podcast. Now, he will be playing as a hunter, along with Luna, who was a hunter in the last episode. However, they will both be playing as two brand new characters in a brand new mystery put together by myself. So, we'll start with a quick setup here, learn just the basics of our two main hunters, and then we will begin this mystery. So first up, Luna, you'll be playing the Flake character, the major conspiracy theorist of the game. So tell us a little bit about your character.
Her name is Eve Pinsky.
Nice.
Yeah. Pinsky is a Vampire reference,
right.
But Eve is actually a thing from X-Files, so I figured that was a good way to tie it in rather than be like, I'm Fox Mulder. Like,
right,
obviously it's the Flake, but I still get my reference in there. And because I'm determined that all of my characters are some variation of Helena Bonham Carter, she's like Fight Club Helena Bonham Carter.
Nice.
So she's like not put together and just kind of like a fucking nutbag. Spends the majority of her time online, posting in forums and overusing Actually.
Good.
Her favorite show is a web series by a guy who claims he's been abducted and says there are giants that live inside the moon.
Excellent.
Which is unfortunately a real thing.
I was going to say, that is drawing from real life.
Yep. And she has stacks of books and essays in the apartment, just pretty much literally everywhere, because she's written all of these essays about the paranormal in an attempt to get published literally anywhere.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. What are your, cool moves, other than just basic moves?
My cool moves are, see it all fits together, so I can use Sharp instead of Charm when I manipulate someone.
Ah, very nice.
Because my Sharp is higher than my Charm. Suspicious Mind. If someone lies to me, I know about it. And I have net friends, and I know a lot of people on the internet, and when I contact a net friend to help, blah, 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 if I do it well, they're available and helpful, they can fix something, break a code, hack a computer, or get some helpful information.
So it's the, what the hell are they called in the X-Files? The lone gunman.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Net friends are basically my lone gunmen.
That's amazing. Okay. The other hunter of this mission, T.N, you'll be playing as the Spooky, a character type that we have had before, but I know you'll be adding something a little bit different to this particular run. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character.
My character's name is Jeremiah Spitz. He had a life at one point. Mm-hmm. He's not sure he remembers much of it. All he knows is that someone at some point put a bag over his head, brought him to a facility, injected him with various chemicals and alterations, and hooked various wires up to him, and now he's got these powers, and he's been sort of on the run, a vagrant living on the street. Not sure if he's acting like a homeless person or he actually is a homeless person at this point. He doesn't have a home, so he goes under the cover of a vagrant, but is quite literally one as well. So my special moves here are Hex, which adds an extra effect with successful magic. Premonition, which is that right at the beginning of the mystery, I'll get to roll for perhaps some kind of a vision of something bad that might happen. And then Tune In, which allows me to attune to the mind of a monster or minion, and potentially get some insight as to what they're thinking or what they're going to do.
Okay, excellent. So now it's time to figure out history. So now we go back to Eve, and now you have a selected list, I think, of histories that you get to pick to go along with Jeremy.
Yeah. We're fellow freaks.
Oh.
It doesn't give any context, and that's why I love it. And that's why I picked it, because it's just like, nope, you're fucking weirdos together.
Good, good, okay.
As Eve knows, we were formerly lovers.
Good, excellent.
We were romantically involved at some point. Maybe she'll tell you how that ended up.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did he just basically disappear, and that's why you guys broke up? But meanwhile, he got whipped into the Weapon X program or whatever, but you thought he just got the fuck out of town?
Actually, I like that, because that way when we meet up again, and I'm like, when did you fucking get cool?
Right.
What happened?
Okay, alright.
I think I'm trying not to break the improv rule. I want a yes end, but I have such a clear there's something so funny to me about the fact that Jeremiah is so bitter about the fact that you guys were hooking up after he had his powers, so he was able to give you like mind orgasms and stuff. So he's so bitter about the fact that any guy you're with now is like, oh really? And he was able to tickle your clit using only his brain.
All right, I'm into that. I like that quite a bit. Excellent.
But if he can do that, then why the hell would we have broken up?
Because clearly there was the conspiracy of whatever company or grouping did that to him. Like, that might have drawn you elsewhere, or maybe he was trying to move on, and you're like, no, but seriously, we need to figure out who did this to you. And
surely maybe I was trying to write a book about it or something.
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
Can we not relive this? Okay.
Yeah, that could be.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Excellent. Okay, so just a real quick to kind of bring everybody up to speed. So as hunters, your basic moves that you can do at any time, you can kick some ass, you can act under pressure, you can help out, investigate a mystery, manipulate someone, protect someone, or read a bad situation. So everything that the story is going to unfold, those are sort of options that you will always have. And then obviously you each have your special super cool moves.
So with all that said, let's delve into the mystery of this particular crossover between Wrestling Nerds Radio Network and Frightful Failures on Film.
So the hotel that you're staying at, the Aladdin Hotel and Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, has recently been home to a newsworthy man. Lou Halbrook is a schlub from Anywhere USA who out of the blue hit the Binion's Horseshoe Jackpot, the Bellagio Jackpot, and the Nevada State Lottery in the span of 3 days. He's now worth $300 million. No one is this lucky. Something is up. And so our hook here for doing it as the TV show here as we open, a bellhop nervously knocks on the door of room 217 with a tray of food. Mr. Halbrook, your steak tartare and raw egg is ready. The hotel door slowly opens and some tourist trinkets and casino chips kind of spill out onto the floor. And a grimy, chubby-fingered hand juts out, snatches the food off the tray, knocking the bellhop back. Bellhop leaves the tray there, gets up, runs back to the elevators, and goes back down. This is how it has been for the last week. So, we open up to the Aladdin Casino. It's about 10:30 in the morning, so Las Vegas isn't super grimy and sleazy yet. It's not really awake yet. It's not going to be awake till probably noon, maybe 1:30.
I was like, we're hungover.
And so, checking in to the Aladdin Hotel and Casino, two former lovers, two definite weirdos, Eve Pinsky and Jeremy Spitz, who haven't seen each other in, let's say, 2 years or so, maybe? Both checking in to the Aladdin Hotel and Casino. So, obviously, you guys make sort of your, oh my god, I can't believe this is ridiculous. What are the odds? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Jeremy, you're just sort of drifting through town. Eve, you're here for a weirdo convention. But as you're waiting to check in here at the front desk, you hear some grumblings. There's kind of an unease to the Aladdin Casino. This is sort of a retro place. This has been around for a while. But there's a lot of sort of like murmurs and things like that about the luckiest man in Vegas, Lou Halbrook, who's been staying in the executive suite there. So there's a couple of things here in the initial hotel lobby. First of all, you've got your elevators to go anywhere where your rooms may be. Next to one of the elevators is, I wrote here, construction. Now, it's not under construction. There's a lot of shit there. There's a lot of, like, pieces of metal and drywall, and you see one guy standing there just kind of like pissing and moaning to himself. There's also the kitchen where you can hear a little bit of commotion there. There's also the bar and lounge where you hear a little bit of chit chat and stuff like that, but obviously it's still early enough in the day, there's no shows running yet. Violet May, who is the owner and keeper of the Aladdin Hotel and Casino, comes up, welcomes you both to the casino. Your rooms are almost ready. There's been some changes to the VIP whale who's currently staying there, so things are a little up in the air at the moment. So if you guys just make yourself busy, relax, maybe get something to eat, we should have your rooms ready here shortly. And that's as much context as I can possibly dump on you all at once.
All right, thanks. Thanks for that, room lady. But hang on. But before, just hold on for a second. I think I'm having Premonition.
Oh, don't start with this again.
Yes, let's do that.
Is that the monster?
6.
6 plus 2
7,
gives
8.
me 8.
So what does that mean for your premonition?
So for that, that will mean clouded images of something bad that is yet to happen.
You see in your mind's eye or whatever, you see this grimy, dumpy, egg-shaped man, looks like he hasn't bathed in days, is just sitting transfixed, counting stacks and stacks of chips, and counting, and counting, and counting, and behind him you see something almost like in a shadow, with its hands just on his shoulders, just egging him on to keep counting, and counting, and counting. And then you achieved orgasm right there in the middle of the lobby.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
That
ma'am.
wasn't
He
for the
does this a
premonition.
lot.
That was from seeing you, Eve. It's been a while.
Well then, so if you two stay here, maybe go to the bar or the kitchen, I'll make sure your rooms are ready and we'll make a call for you shortly.
We'll probably be at the bar.
Great! So she walks off. So now, I assume you guys are sort of catching up a little bit here, and the interesting thing about this is you guys aren't like Scooby-Doo, you weren't like crime fighters, so I can't just be like, the monster's clearly here! I guess you guys are gonna have to come up with the reason of like, we gotta figure this shit out,
Kind of
something
my
weird's
question was
going
going to
on.
be like, is it too early to technically investigate a mystery because we don't really know that there's a mystery afoot yet? Or is it just like, go poke around and wait till something pops out?
That's a good point.
I would say the former, probably.
Yeah, I think you can probably, investigate something if you'd like.
Okay, so probably we've agreed to be civil at least until the rooms are ready.
Oh, right. Is that what you call it?
I think
Civil.
That's what I'm calling it now.
Good.
Yeah.
It's the newlywed.
Changed a bit.
It's the newlywed game. So,
What's your poison here, Eve? I'll order you something.
yeah. What is eat drink
Oh, whiskey on the rocks.
at 10:30 in the morning?
You're in Vegas,
It's Vegas.
baby.
While you guys are sitting at the bar, you're having your drinks. What's Jeremy drinking, by the way?
Something with an umbrella.
A big banana daiquiri.
I'll take a Cosmo.
He's a well-versed man. He's a man about town. So while you're drinking your whiskey on the rocks and a Cosmo, you notice at the other end of the bar a man dressed like if Abu from Aladdin fucked Elvis Presley. That's what's dressed at the end of the bar.
It's pretty normal.
That's the
Here in Vegas.
That's the Slotty Sultan. He's the resident lounge.
Slutty Sultan.
Slotty Sultan.
Oh.
He's the resident lounge singer of the Aladdin. He's been there longer than just about anyone and has seen all the ups and downs of the Vegas Strip. He probably should spring for a new jumpsuit, and his fez is starting to look a little ratty.
Because I can use sharp instead of charm when I manipulate someone. Because my sharp is +2 instead of charm is +2.
So give him the old crazy eyes.
It's like,
And
well,
keep in mind, we can, play this kind of natural because we don't know anything's going on, and we don't
True.
know this guy knows anything.
Exactly.
That's true.
So there's no reason to, so we can kind of,
well, I imagine he just starts talking at us.
Oh yeah,
Someone
no.
else
He's like,
initiating
hey, are you
conversation.
two? How's the Strip treating you, huh? Bright Light City going, hey, all right, how are you two doing? Oh, drinking a little early? It's always 5 o'clock here in Vegas, am I right?
oh my god.
It's the first thing we've agreed on since we've met up
Right.
here at the hotel. It's just, oh, sweet Jesus.
Are you buying? Hey! Da, 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 da.
All right, I'm placing a hex on him.
Oh, now climb back, do, 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 hey! He's becoming more Beetlejuice as I'm doing the voice.
I highly advise this guy to get on my face. On my face.
Hey, guy, whatever! The day's young. Do, do, do,
We're in
do,
Vegas,
do.
yeah.
All right, fine. Well, I mean,
You can sit on anybody's face in
I
Vegas.
say what I mean, and I mean what I say. So I guess we'll go get a room.
So, is somebody gonna try to manipulate this guy, or am I
Yeah,
just
well,
gonna
I'm
do
trying to
this?
figure out how to work it in, and I'm
I'd
just
like
like,
to try to manipulate him romantically. Can I do that? I've got a strange attraction to this man all of a sudden.
Alright, so basically, I figure I'll try to see if he has anything like worthwhile in his noggin. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to get rid of him, kind of a thing.
Sure,
Because otherwise,
okay.
it's like this guy has way too many words this early in the morning. Like,
True. There's not enough whiskey in the world.
Yeah, like, is there any reason for you to exist here or what?
So, are you gonna roll to manipulate?
Yes.
Eve, why are you bothering this guy? What does he know? Why are you even here?
I don't know. He looks like he's been around the block. He might know something good. Maybe another good bar or something better than this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll know how to get out of here.
8 technically, because it's a 6
So,
plus sharp
okay.
for 2.
So, you hit him with the crazy eyes, which sort of slows his roll a little bit. And, he's like, oh, wait a minute. Are you guys here about Lou? About Big Lou? Oh man, that was the damnedest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I've known Lou Halbrook, so now he just plops right next to you, by the way, and like kind of shakes his glass a little bit, like he's just one of the gang now. He's like, oh, I've known Lou Halbrook for years and years, and that guy was a loser. He's really the best guy, loser. He just didn't have it. Seen him get thrown out of I don't know how many bars and casinos, just, the guy's got the bug, and can't seem to win it. But, end of last week, I see Hal come running in here. He said he just hit the big one. I'm like, okay, Hal, hitting $50 in the big wheel is not the big one, but he claimed he had hit some huge jackpot. And I thought, wow, you know what? Good for him. Good for him. Everybody gets one. And then the next night he comes rolling in again, saying he won Bellagio's big thing, and I was like, is this guy Danny Ocean? Like, it's got to be some kind of rip-off thing, right? And then the next night he wins the state lotto. I go, that's not a Danny Ocean thing, right? And if it was, why would you be stupid enough to say, hey, I won all this money, and I'm staying right here, in this place, in public view? There can't be a scheme for that. You can't... Maybe you could rip off one casino if you had the smarts, which Lou doesn't. Maybe you could rip off two, but two casinos and the state lottery? I'm telling you, man, that guy had to have sold his soul to somebody to make that kind of thing work. Now, I am way too sober for this. Barkeep, come on now. And he just keeps fucking rattling off about, like, he's basically trying to upsell you guys to come see him later at the lounge act and blah, blah, blah. So now my question to you guys is, so now are you thinking that something's up as your spider sense is tingling and you're like, there seems to be something kind of funky going on around here?
Sometimes I just sense something. Before I even walked into this hotel, I saw a guy. I don't know if it was the guy that terrible Elvis impersonator was thinking about, but I don't know. There was somebody, and it felt evil, maybe.
Sure
Maybe it's
me?
just gas. I don't know.
So like I said, there's some clanging going around in the kitchen, and then there's also this one guy with construction. And again, it doesn't look like there's a ton of stuff, but there's just piles of fucking stuff over there. Like, there's just, like, pieces of metal, and there's some drywall and shit. And then, so those are basically your two other, like, things of note that is happening right now.
Bartender, I can walk around to my Cosmo, right?
It's Vegas! Of course you can!
All right.
Let's see, we're closer to the kitchen. We can probably go check that out.
You'll wander into the kitchen
It's also
area.
loud for...
Well, I got nothing better to do. I'll come with you, Eve, I guess.
Well, I should mention that you guys don't have to be joined to the hip if you don't want to. There's no penalties for splitting up gang if you choose to.
Well, if that's the case, Eve, I'll see you later. I'm gonna head over and visit this construction over here.
Okay,
right?
perfect.
So enjoy your hard hat.
So we'll start with Eve in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you're going like past the restaurant and actually like kind of easing into the kitchen area.
Yeah,
to hear
like
what
there's the
clanging's
door with
about.
the big round window,
Yep.
so I'm gonna look through the window.
Okay.
So at that point, investigate a mystery?
Very good.
Okay.
So an investigative mystery roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 2. On a 7-9, hold
Fucking
1.
6.
4. Oh, 6.
I've got
Jesus.
plus 2 sharp. Yeah. Apparently the window is covered.
Yeah, it's fog.
Right.
So.
I can't see shit.
But you hear there's some clanging going on there, and someone's called somebody a fucking donkey. So there's some trouble brewing. So now you're going to sit and think, okay, am I actually going to try to poke into the doorway and try to manipulate somebody to let me figure out what's going on so I don't just get thrown out? You're going to think on that for a second. Okay. Meanwhile, we cut to Jeremy, who has wandered over to the construction site. Are you going to investigate a mystery, or are you going to...
Well, what am I seeing over here?
Okay, so there's your lone construction worker guy, hard hat, very well-fitting tool belt, really accentuating the love handles.
That's what I like.
And he's just sort of like murmuring to himself as he's moving shit around, just like, this is fucking ridiculous. I cannot believe this place. And so you're seeing a lot of metal pieces. There's some like decorative wall-mounted pieces that are just yanked out. There's no like finesse here. It just got crowbarred out. You see that there's some metal statue work as well that has like huge dents in it now, and is just sort of like laid in the corner next to the elevators. This has just kind of become the makeshift workspace. So yeah, you can investigate, or you could try to manipulate this construction guy to figure out what exactly is going on and why in the middle of the like hot season of Vegas, in the middle of their claim to fame at this casino, is he ripping shit out.
All right, I'm manipulating that. Let's see what happens.
So you roll plus charm, which you have a whopping 0 on. 7! Okay. So you come up and you kind of tap him on the shoulder. And yeah, I think you should try to play it up like, you know, you're just a regular guy. Like you're just like, hey, fucking working hard or hardly working, like that kind of thing.
Give it a shot. Hey, buddy, ignore the fact that I look like I'm a homeless off the street. I'm just a normal patron here at your establishment. Hey, you working hard or you not doing anything right now?
That's so natural.
Thanks.
So he kind of gives you the once over, and it's clear on his face that he's looking for somebody to vent to. Like he's a complainer, and he's just been looking for somebody. And despite the fact that you look shabby as hell, you're just the right guy. He's like, hardly working. Let me tell you, less than 2. Oh, by the way, I'm Nolan Stogel. I'm the construction expert here. Less than 2 years ago, I personally put in beautiful, classy, elegant, brushed iron, decorative, all the top, the bottom even. You came out of the elevator, and oh, so classy. And they had these beautiful iron statues that were there, the little genie, the little lamp. It was very classy. It wasn't offensive. Nobody was suing. Like less than 2 years ago, I put in all the back-breaking labor to put all this shit to make this place look nice. And one asshole who wins money comes in and starts making changes to these hotels. Got these demands of, oh, we can't have anything like that on my floor. Oh, I don't want anything like that on my floor. I don't know if he doesn't like the architect or he doesn't like the sculptor or whatever, but he demanded that we take all this shit out of that whole floor. And Violet, who is running this place, I guess saw enough money, she's just like, yeah, no problem. Doesn't matter that this is less than 2 years old. We'll just rip all of this shit out and waste fucking Nolan's time. So all the work and effort that we put in just tore this shit out because one guy with money was like, yeah, I don't like that. So all this ironwork just ganked out and just thrown in the street. They don't even have a proper place to put this stuff away. That's why it's just here. It's just tucked here by the elevator, just laying around because they got no place to put this yet. A dumpster's not going to take a bunch of fucking 2 tons of ironwork. It's not going to just fit in a dumpster. So now we're just sitting here until we come up with something better. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, hang on here, buddy. Nolan, you know who this guy was? The one guy who didn't like it? You know anything about him?
No, he's just some asshole who won a bunch of money, I guess. I don't know. He won the lottery or he won a jackpot thing or something. I don't fucking know. But apparently he's got enough money that he just gets to make the rule. No rules! No rules for the man with money. So you can just come in, stay in the fucking executive suite, and then you can just demand that they waste my time and have me rip out everything. Look at this. Look at the molding on the side. This isn't even like well done. This was a crowbar that we had to take to this thing. And now that floor, by the way, the fancy executive suite that this guy has spent all of his money to rearrange, now looks like a construction zone because there's a bunch of holes in the wall where we had to rip all this shit out.
I have an interjection question.
Mm-hmm.
Since I didn't get into the kitchen, can I overhear any of this or no?
No, you guys are going to have to like powwow at some point. But, great that you mentioned that because now we're going to jump back to the kitchen. So has Eve mustered up enough confidence to actually bust in this thing and try to start asking questions?
Yeah.
Well, before you bust in, the door, boom, gets kicked open and this poor waiter gets sent home. And the head chef, Patrick Belford, is like, you goddamn donkey! How fucking hard is it to fucking follow directions? So now you can kind of sneak into the kitchen a little bit. And since you established in the setup that you are Helen Bonham Carter from Fight Club, you're dressed in all black. Just so happens the waitstaff is dressed in all black. So you get to kind of waltz in a little bit there and you're not immediately like, hey, get out of here. You look like you might be the help. So you're rolling plus sharp, I believe?
Yeah.
Sharp plus
11.
2. Nice,
Okay.
Ula. Way to go.
First decent one I've had.
Ula came at 11. So,
Okay.
so you get
Holds.
what? 2 holds? Yeah. So you
Yeah.
get to ask 2 of those questions.
Okay. What happened here?
So, little Johnny, the waiter, is trying to be America's next top chef. And so he felt that the food that was going out to one of the rooms, in fact, room number 217, was tasting a little bland. So he took a little pinch of salt and he threw it on top. And head chef Patrick Belford completely flipped his fucking lid about it. And just threw the kid out until sent the kid home early. And so now you can see Chef Belford is just scooping the food into the garbage and has to start over. And he's just like, you gotta be kidding me with this.
I guess what's being concealed here?
Good.
Okay.
I will read what I wrote here for Mr. Belford, the head chef. Head chef at the Aladdin Hotel and Casino has received adamant demands from Ultimate VIP Lou Halbrook for a strict no sodium meal prep for all of his dishes. So that's what's being concealed here, is that the patron in room 217 demands there is no salt, no pepper in any of the dishes that he is being delivered. After that, Chef Belford hands you a tray that has a couple of salad bowls on it, and he's like, that's for table 4E, get out there quick, and where's your goddamn name badge? And you walk out of the kitchen, and then...
Oh, I definitely just dump it in the trash.
Okay, I was wondering if that was going to be the case.
Well, fuck that.
Well, that's my job. Fuck you. So now I guess you guys can sort of meet up in the middle here in the lobby and sort of discuss, kind of catch each other up. So brainstorm a little bit here. What do we know? What do we know about what the hell's going on?
I think it seems pretty obvious that our perp, of any amount of weirdness that's happening here, which we're not even dead set on. I don't know that if I walked into a casino that had some construction going on or some picky customers that I would automatically assume the worst or assume that there was, a demon manipulating someone.
You had a premonition. So
yes,
that's
of
how
course.
you know for sure.
Yes. So our Lou Halbrook, who's currently staying in the executive suite, which I believe is room 217 then, in that case, I think we should probably either try and find any management in the hotel to really get like the full lowdown, or just straight up just go to room 217.
Well, that's true. You could try to talk to the owner. Well, since she knows all of the things, or has written essays on several things, it's pretty clear that it's some sort of ghost. Because if we've had this conversation about, like, alright, well, what did, he goes, well, the construction guy told me the weirdest shit, but putting the heavy emphasis on the iron, and then we go, oh, well, that's weird, because the guy said he didn't want any salt. Like, what does salt and iron sound like to you? Like, well, that's kind of a ghost thing. Like, that's fucking weird, but if the guy hit the jackpot...
Well, I will
maybe,
say, I did
yeah.
my research, and he's closer to it. It is a demon. It's not a ghost.
Ghost, dude. Ghost
Sorry, I
iron.
did my research, man, and that's what
I
it said.
totally didn't. I would have been super duper impressed if it was like salt and iron related, because I didn't even pick up on that at all.
That's
amazing.
super what that is. Yeah, those are the weaknesses of demons in Supernatural, I think, the show. But my question to you is, if you know this thing hates these things, are you just going up to investigate, or are you going up to, like, fight this thing? Because my question is, are you bringing anything that you've discovered? Like, are you going and trying to grab supplies, or are you just going to kind of visit and see what shakes loose? Because that might be the best course.
Maybe
to
so
visit.
investigate first.
Okay.
Because, like, you mentioned talking to the owner.
I like
Like,
that.
maybe we could try to talk to the guy, like Lou himself. Because
Okay.
at this point, we don't know.
Very true.
Is he a demon? Is there,
That's a great
like,
point.
other shit going on? So maybe that way.
Okay, I like that.
I just
like
didn't
that.
want to jump to the battle too soon, like, storyline-wise. Like,
No, that's totally legit. So,
Hello,
Violet
management.
Violet May, the keeper of the Aladdin Hotel, comes up. Well, hello! Yes, your rooms are ready. So right this way, you'll be staying below the executive suite. You'll be staying at our regular,
basic rooms.
No, the Agrabah suite. So here's your keys, and right this way. And so she starts to walk you towards the
So
room.
you got just one executive suite in this place? Or?
Oh, well, for conventions and things like that, and for particular high rollers, we'll kind of rope off the executive floor to kind of give them enough space to enjoy themselves. There are rooms available, though, but they seemed a little out of your price ranges, so we're going to go with Agrabah instead.
Okay.
Give her some mad eyebrows right now.
Right.
Like, I don't assume my price range.
Can you tell us who? I'm just curious. I'm a curious guy. Who's in the executive suite right now?
Oh, well, that's the luckiest man in Vegas, Lou Halbrook. He's decided that the Aladdin is his home away from home for the time being. So he's actually comes out. If you're looking to meet Lou, there has been a couple times where he's come out and had some autograph sessions and things like that. Although it's been a few days since that occurred. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling a little under the weather, but nevertheless, here are your rooms. And so she.
I wasn't expecting that to work. You think if some random person just came up and started asking about our room, she'd give us all our information as well?
Well, to be fair, Lou is literally showcased on the sign, luckiest man in Vegas. Like, they're cashing in on the fact that he's staying exclusively at the Aladdin, which is kind of what the Slotty Sultan had pointed out, that, like, if this was a scam, he wouldn't be dumb enough to announce, like, this is where I'm staying, by the way.
I thought you said his name was the Slutty Sailor.
That was when the Aladdin was an aquatic themed. Oh, now it's Agrabah themed.
Used to be Atlantis.
Right, exactly. So here are your rooms, and so the rooms are fine. They're okay.
Are they right next to each other?
Yes.
Do we have the door that connects?
Yes.
Okay.
The door, the weird door.
But it has two doors, right?
Yes.
So they both have to be open
Correct,
to have access.
correct. And there's the TVs are right next. They're both on opposite sides of the wall. So if one of you is watching porn, the other one will be able to hear it. So just keep that.
That's
in mind.
important. Yeah.
Keep that in mind. So Violet's about to fuck off. Is there anything else you guys want to try to ask or manipulate or do anything?
I'd like to manipulate her.
Yeah, I bet you would. So what do you do? Are you gonna like put your hand on her shoulder and just be like, "No, but for real"?
She's gonna look in my eyes like fucking Ghost Rider. She's gonna give me the answers I'm looking for.
Okay, well, roll your damn dice.
If I can. God damn.
Oh boy!
God.
She takes your hand and fucking takes it right off her shoulder. What about you? Are you gonna try to crazy eyes her?
Yeah, I'm gonna let me apologize for him, and then I'm gonna try to
I'm so
manipulate
sorry.
her instead.
Wow! And then just
I'm so sorry.
I can
7
do
plus-
sharpen 9.
oh Jesus! Okay, yeah. Are you looking to try to get like her real
Like physically,
feelings?
or what am I trying to get?
No, physically. I just assumed that you were like, "Oh, I'm sorry for my friend here," and then pew, he gave the crazy eyes, and now.
Only if it makes that noise. Yeah, just probably trying to see like maybe how she feels as the owner. Like, oh,
Okay.
you don't think it's weird that he's monopolizing the top floor? Like, it seems like that'd be bad for business.
So now that you're giving her the crazy eyes,
Yeah.
you can tell that she's pretty uneasy about this. That, yeah, the money's nice, that he's throwing around enough money to make these kinds of changes and things like that, but she's creeped out. And she hasn't gone to the executive suite to, like, see him in, like, days, because it's freaking her out. There's something weird. There's been some disappearances. There's been, like, staff gone missing. Shit's gone missing. It's weird. It's becoming its own urban legend around here in the casino, which is too deep in now to try to give him the boot. So she kind of spills her guts a little bit about that, and then kind of like shakes out of the trance of your crazy eyes and like, if there's anything else that you guys need, just call us up at the front desk. Bye. And so obviously you kind of catch Jeremy up with like, okay, here's what the crazy eyes told me. Mm-hmm. So now, do you guys want to try to go check out the executive suite? Because it's not like the elevator's like locked or anything like that. You guys could go and see what's going on, or
I need a nap.
that's fair. It's fair.
It's
been a busy day.
What's on the pay-per-view? I'm gonna take a
I wanna
little
see-
cat nap.
I want to see if the Greatest Showman's out yet.
The Greatest Snowman, where Hugh Jackman is taunting police as a serial killer.
What a film.
Mr. Policeman, I left you all the clues.
Right.
All right, yeah. So
Jeremy takes a little nap,
I'm
and
gonna take a nap.
you, I guess, study some notes.
Yeah, I'll unpack and like take around my laptop.
And we'll take a commercial break.
Okay.
So we're back from commercial, and you have gone on your laptop and checked your email. National Enquirer still has not responded back yet, those assholes.
That's true, they are dicks. I may actually use a move here.
Oh.
Because of my net friends, and they can get me some special information. So I could see if anybody had more information about Lou and his mysterious
Winnings.
streak of luck.
Okay. Is 1, that's 7. Ooh, you just come in under the gun.
Yeah. And it says they're prepared to help, but it's either going to take some time or I'm going to have to do part of it myself.
Okay, so they're giving you half info.
Yeah.
Like the Slotty Sultan said, that was a fun thing to say. Lou has been in and out of Vegas for years and years and years, and he's never won it big. Within the last 6 months, he started going to this fortune teller that was on like the side of one of the highways in Nevada. After 6 months, suddenly his luck turned around, and he started winning little things here and there, little poker tournaments, which beforehand he was dyslexic, so he wasn't really great with cards, and suddenly he won a poker tournament. And then suddenly he rolled into town and hit it big. Jeremy's woken up from his cat nap, feeling refreshed.
Does he have to roll to masturbate, or is that?
Oh, that's true. You can act under pressure.
All right, fine. I'll roll.
Okay.
Like, well, of course I'm gonna roll.
You get plus cool.
Oh, it's a 5.
Oh,
I failed at masturbating.
Or maybe
Again.
it's that the pay-per-view wouldn't come out.
oh
Like,
yeah,
the
it
pay-per-view
couldn't,
doesn't work.
your credit card didn't go through.
Oh, no. I don't want to watch Boss Baby.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you kind of knock through the little half door.
Hey, you awake?
It's only
of
2 in the
course.
afternoon.
It's me.
Who else
Jeremy.
would it be? Just whip open the door.
Just me. Oh, hey. Well, you look nice.
Thanks. I haven't changed.
Oh, I guess that's right. It's true. Listen, I've been thinking, Eve. You know, did the magic, pun very intended, ever really die between us?
Okay, so just pause real quick. One of my moves is Suspicious Mind, and if he lies to me, I know it.
Oh.
So, can I tell if this is bullshit?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this bullshit? Did you fail your masturbation roll and you're trying to score here?
Well, obviously.
Okay, good. So I feel like you probably change the subject and go, hey, by the way, so there might be like a devil in this casino.
Yeah, like, we're dealing with demons here. Like, you can think about your dick later.
Oh, fine. Blue black balls over here.
Ew, that sounds terrible. So,
What do you learn from your internet weeaboo friends? What'd you learn on Reddit?
Don't
on
judge
r/spooky.
Don't judge them for their fucking tastes. Basically that this guy never had any sort of success in Vegas but kept coming anyway, but he started seeing this side of the road fucking psychic or something, and all of a sudden he started winning, so I don't know if it was her or something he picked up from them.
Alright, fine.
And
Let's
it's
go
hold
talk
up
to
there.
him.
Okay, so you guys go up the elevator. For being so spooky, elevator is very well kept. There's no
Thank God.
nonsense afoot. Nothing's like flickering and like, "Wah!" It's just a very smooth, very nice ride. Ding! You get up onto the executive floor. And Nolan was not lying. This floor kind of looks like shit right now. There's fucking drywall dust everywhere, probably asbestos. And there's just holes in the walls and stuff like that where just the stuff's been ripped out.
I'm solving this mystery as best as I can.
God.
Then Jeremy dies. He just dies.
Oh, God! Ah!
Of the asbestos.
Yes, thank you, Jesus. Anyway, so you guys get to the door. You can see there's some shit everywhere. There's, like I said, there's some poker chips. There's some, like, little trinkets. The fucking drinky cup from Paris, the little hot air balloon cup. It's just, there's just shit scattered everywhere. And you guys are at room 217. What do you want to do?
Would it be investigate a mystery or read a bad situation? Because it's not necessarily bad yet.
No, I don't think even that. I think act under pressure and knock on the fucking door. Both of you roll for act under pressure. I figured there's a lot of like, you knock, no, you knock.
Yeah, we're rock,
Alright,
paper,
we're doing it
scissors.
together. We're doing it together. Get the fuck out of here.
I got 11.
Well, you both rolled 10s, first of
Oh,
all,
cool.
which is super freaky. And then you've
Well,
got...
we're knocking together.
Right,
What is
true.
it? What is it? Cool?
plus
Oh,
cool.
I
Yeah.
got I'm -1. Cool. So I'm in 9.
So you both knock on the door together, and you hear an avalanche of something get knocked over on the other side of this door. Who is it? What do you want?
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Yeah, I didn't order any housekeeping. We're fine. It's fine in here.
Complimentary.
Just leave the mints outside.
They're too big to fit under the door.
Just leave it outside. I'll get it later. And then you hear like shuffling, and you hear like some other weird kind of noises, and then you hear another voice go, "Oh my god!" And then then it's quiet.
All right, I don't know about you. Do you hear that?
Yeah, what do we do?
We gotta take
Where are
this
the
fucking
mints?
door down. Also, give me some of those mints.
I don't actually have mint.
Why didn't you bring the mints?
We don't work here.
Because if you nail this, you guys are gonna bust this door wide the fuck open, and if you don't, you're gonna have to go get some mints.
We're gonna get
Where's-
blocked by the door.
So you're gonna act under pressure over there, lady?
Well, I was gonna wait to see what he was gonna do. Because if he can, like, magic it open, then, like, why the fuck am I beating my shoulder against
I think that'd be
it?
hilarious if he was like, because and you're just like, "Gah, gah, gah," just trying to kick it open. Like, trying to do something. Trying to do something here. By the way.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
I need to use some magic here.
Definitely do.
I'm going to summon a monster.
Oh my god.
Open this door.
I'm going to summon the monster from Insidious the Last Key, who has keys for fingers, and he's going to open this door.
Good.
All right.
That's
Okay,
incredibly
ready.
specific.
Shut the fuck up. It's monster time, baby. Come on, big money. No whammies. 10 plus weird 12.
Holy shit. I'll be goddamned out of nowhere. This stupid monster with keys for fingers comes in and fucking and just clicks open. Even though fucking, well, it's a retro hotel, so we'll say it's a key instead of the fucking
The slot, yeah.
instead of the fucking credit card slot hand.
He's got hotel cards for fingers.
Exactly. And then fucking door chink opens up, and then the fucking insidious monster just goes away, and you
He served
open the
his
door.
purpose.
Dude,
The Mr. Me sees you go. So the door opens, and there is just shit everywhere. And I mean
Human
shit, but also, I mean, like, there is money, and there are chips, and there are tacky tourist t-shirts. There's a shirt that says, "I put ketchup on my ketchup" on it. There is just shit everywhere. And there's stuff that you're not even supposed to take from the casinos that are there. There's, like, just all kinds of doodads and crap just all over the place. This is an avalanche of hoarder bullshit everywhere. So you guys kind of push that door open, and you can see just sort of in the foyer area of this fancy executive suite. But Lou is not there at the moment.
Well, then I'll figure out what the fuck's going on here.
I would say investigate mystery.
7.
7, okay. So you get to
So
hold
it's on
one.
a 7 and I can. One hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions. What is being concealed here?
There's something else has been living with Lou. And
Like it's too much mess for one person kind of a thing? Okay.
Yeah. And this is all about collecting. This is about want and the baser instincts of man. You click on your little pen light, and you're kind of looking in the doorway there because you both are just Scooby-Dooed up in the doorway. You haven't actually walked in yet. And you see among the knickknacks and trinkets and all kinds of other bullshit, you see the leg of a showgirl. And it's not moving. Why don't you roll to read a bad situation? Because I would say
You telling me what to do
a
here.
dead lady is probably a bad situation.
All right. I'm rolling to investigate a mystery here. I mean, all the questions on read a bad situation, I could probably know the answer to already, but I
Okay.
got a few questions for you.
Okay.
So let's investigate here. 6
Plus
Sharp.
Sharp.
1 7. All right.
All right, you made it. So you
Just
get one.
made it. What happened here?
Okay. So Lou Halbrook, that's his name, started going to see this fortune teller lady a few months back, and she first started reading him his fortune, and his fortune was bad. The future was not looking any better. He was going to be a loser his whole life. And so, through a combination of crying, begging, and threatening, he convinced her to look to magic to try to solve his problem. But she really wasn't great with that, and so she couldn't just cast a love spell or some bullshit. So instead she ended up summoning something. This something was the lesser demon of greed named Mammon. And
My mum?
Mammon, as in Nancy. Mammy over here came in and told Lou that he would help him to turn this around, and so the demon is the reason why he was able to hit these huge jackpots all at once. But this is a demon of greed. It craves more. It craves tangible items. By the way, the fortune teller, her body is also in this room. She's on a pile of like chalupas and party hats.
Oh, chalupas.
I told you we needed to find her.
Now
she's dead.
So that's what happened here. Is there's a demon among you. So you guys going any deeper into this room? Are you regrouping? What's the idea here?
What the fuck? Who was talking to us through the door then? If we walk in and nobody's there, where did they go?
Oh, no, you're just... Keep in mind, you two are stacked on top of each other in the doorway. You open the door...
Right.
And you haven't walked in yet. So this is all stuff that you figured out between his premonition-y brain and your pen light. This is what you figured out literally... Just kind of peeking in. You guys haven't walked into the executive suite yet.
So he is in the room. He's buried under the garbage somewhere.
Right.
What if he is the garbage?
Well, that's rude.
So what are you guys doing?
I take my shotgun out. I fire into the room. I roll to fire.
Just blindly?
Yes. I fire at the nearest pile large enough to conceal a man.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Or kick some ass. What is your tough?
1.
So a whopping 3.
Oh boy.
The gun locks up and just backfires and kicks you back into the hallway.
Oh god.
So you've fallen right on your ass.
Oh god.
All right, Eve, what about you? What are you doing right now?
Rolling my eyes real hard.
And since the noise of that backfire the gunshot, you can start to hear some rustling around further in the executive suite. So remember, you're still like in the foyer area. So a little bit further back, you can start to hear some rustling happening.
How big is the suite?
It's like the presidential suite. It's pretty fucking big. Not big enough that it's going to be like half the mystery is finding this thing. It's just, you're literally just standing in the doorway. So it's not going to just meet you in a bathrobe. Like, hey, you guys are here to fight me? Awesome. Like,
I get up slowly. I stumble a bit. I fall backwards once more. Oh, my ass. It hurts so bad. Alright.
So what are you doing now?
So, I'm going to follow in after her.
Yeah, he makes me go first.
Humbly.
Yeah.
Humbly, I have put my shotgun away. It may or may not come out again.
Alright, so now
I
what?
follow in after her.
Okay.
Take this, you fucking demon. I'm gonna use magic. I'm going to create a force field on the door to prevent this demon from escaping.
Awesome.
Just hide behind this pile of shit.
11
Nice.
plus weird, 13.
Holy
baby.
shit. Alright, so now that door is basically blocked in behind you, so this thing can't run out that way.
I'm gonna continue to read a bad situation while he continues to
Okay.
act impulsively.
Hey, there's no impulse here, baby. It's all planned.
We haven't even seen what we're dealing with yet. What's the biggest threat?
Great question. The biggest threat is you guys went in this room
Fuck
to go
you.
fight a demon without any iron or salt, which I fucking super laid out was the fucking weakness of this thing. And you decided to skip all of that and go in balls first against this demon.
We're fine, we're fine. My
Listen,
breath knocks are made of
I
iron.
took a nap.
So-
I'm feeling well rested. I'm ready.
Okay, so that was number 1. That's the biggest threat right now.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yes. Right around the corner is where you're going to see Lou and you're going to see the Demon of Greed. Because you guys are basically like in the living room area, so we'll say like in the master bedroom.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
you got one more.
Yeah,
I'm going to go get us some salt real quick. I'll be right back. Let me just go and I put a magical shield on the door and I can't leave.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Good.
Let's see, I'm trying to see. I was like, is there anything I can possibly
Nope.
do for this? But now.
Okay.
You done pooched it. By the way, you've got one more hold for Read a Bad Situation. I'm waiting.
I know, I just don't know what the fuck else to ask. Like, we're already in. What's the most vulnerable to me, I guess?
The most vulnerable to you is Jeremy Spitz and his wonky shotgun. That is what is most vulnerable to you right now.
Oh boy.
You can hear like the kind of light clacking of dice and of chips in the other room, like just around the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna come around the corner and can eat him face to face.
Good.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
Okay.
Fuck.
Hello.
So you turn the corner, you see in the master bedroom, and this is what your premonition was. You see doughy Lou Halbrook, bags under his eyes, hasn't bathed in days, and he's just there just counting and counting and counting chips and counting chips. And behind him, you see this, like, dark purple and gold demon just holding on to Hal's shoulders and just looking up. And as soon as you cross the threshold and you're in the bedroom, the demon's scary yellow eyes raise up and meet yours. And just sort of like shoves off of Lou, and Lou just kind of gets thrown back a little bit and just keeps counting and just keeps counting and just keeps counting.
Oh boy.
And so now the demon is coming closer to Jeremy, and now it's time to kick some ass.
Okay. I can communicate with something I don't share a language with. I'd like to try and just reason with it first. See if I can convince it to leave.
Okay.
Throughout violent means.
Okay, go ahead and...
Okay. 10.
10 plus... Are you adding your...
2.
Which
Weird.
Is 12, there you go.
So, I'm attempting to communicate with it. Even though we don't speak the same language, I believe that perhaps I can get through to it. Okay? Okay.
And so you're trying to reason with it to leave...
Now, here's
the
one
point of
thing I want
resistance.
to run by you, because I don't want to be a dirty cheater. My ability Hex allows me to add an additional effect when I'm using magic.
Okay.
And I want to know that, because these effects are all pretty mean, and I don't want it to seem as if my initial magic intention is to perhaps have peace.
Right.
And then if that doesn't work, be like, well, here's a bonus dick effect to you because it didn't work. So is that kosher?
Yeah, that's
or
fine. That's
okay,
fine.
fine. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so I'm attempting to communicate with it.
Okay.
Hello, hi. My name's Jeremy. What's yours?
It just screeches and just grabs some casino chips and just stuffs it in its mouth.
Oh.
And then just starts like thrashing wildly at you.
Okay.
You can keep going. You can keep trying this thing if you want.
Okay, so you like chips, huh?
Oh, can I act under pressure?
Yes.
I'm not done
By
yet.
the way, the demon just goes mine and just keeps.
Hold on.
Well,
Before
because
you do
mine's
that, I've got an
it works in
additional effect
conjunction with
to
that.
just
Okay.
cast on it.
Oh, okay.
So
Go
I
for
can
it.
make a target contract a disease. So I want this demon to have syphilis. Now.
Well, that's 100% effective. It definitely happened. It's still greedy though. Now it just wants syphilis medicine in addition to all the other things that it's greedy for. You're acting under pressure, not insane person. What would you like to do?
Grab a handful of the closest treasure and like try to make it an offering. Like
course.
I'm trying to distract it so that way we could attack it
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
when it's not trying to fucking attack us first. Like if I can distract it with like shiny baubles,
Okay.
then maybe we have a
that's
fucking
fair.
chance.
That's fair.
If he doesn't try to.
So go ahead and roll to distract. Decent.
9. I have a +1 to cool.
So you grab some money, some chips, some t-shirts, whatever, and you're just kind of like, huh? And I guess you're behind him?
Sure.
So the demon kind of like sniffs around a little bit and is kind of like creeping towards a little bit more. But this thing, you're in its domain. It's ready to fight you both. Like,
And
you're not gonna like, you're not gonna talk it out of this right now. And Lou is coughing and kind of hacking in the back a little bit and just keeps counting and just keeps counting and just keeps counting. Here's what this monster's gonna do. It's gonna roll to fucking attack.
Oh no! Don't do that.
7. So it attacks Jeremy first.
Okay.
And it swipes at you. It does 1 harm.
Alright, that hurt, and I hate this thing. I'm gonna use some magic on it. And it's already got syphilis, right?
Yes, definitely has syphilis.
Okay, good. Step 1.
Which means it's already got some rashes on the back of its hands that are
Okay,
unexplained,
good.
and on its genital area without explanation.
And that doesn't confuse it at all. It's not
A
like,
little
what the
bit, but
fuck?
it's gonna go away in like a month and a half, and then 12 months later, or 12 years later, it's gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be absolutely insane. So that's what's rocking and rolling right now with the whole syphilis angle.
Okay.
For the love of Christ, please do some kind of damage.
Okay, I'm going. Magic time, baby. Inflicting harm. Here we go.
Big 10, nice.
So that's
okay.
10. Hell yeah. Okay. So I'm inflicting harm, and I'm using, with my standard hex, It does a 2 harm, ignore armor.
Okay, cool. And since you were close enough to do that, the monster is close enough to do harm back to you. Okay, so it just does standard, so we're gonna say it swipes at you again and snarls, and it does 2 harm this time.
Okay, well I fling the bullshit over my shoulder because
Awesome.
obviously that didn't work. And I'm gonna use my shotgun because I
Okay.
have one too.
Hoocha moocha!
My shotgun also shits the bed.
God damn it! So yeah, that...
You know what's even worse? My tough is -1.
Oh no! That you rolled a 5, -1 is 4.
Oh boy.
It locks up, backfires. You get thrown back into a pile of some of the trinkets and stuff like that, and it sort of spills down around you. It doesn't like bury you alive or anything ridiculous like that, but you get thrown back into a pile of shit, and now there's like stuff scattered all over the place. The demon laughs, grabs like a fake chalice from Excalibur, and fucking just fucking eats that too. What next, Mr. Spitz?
Oh boy, this is not going as planned. Eve really should not have put that magic shield on the door. That was really... Eve, you really shouldn't have done that. Can you hear me under all that garbage?
How could I have even done that?
I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here.
Okay, I like this.
I'm gonna go ahead and enchant Eve's weapon while I get the chance.
Okay.
9 plus my regular 2 weird.
Jesus Christ, alright,
I
so...
do have throwing knives or brass knucks, which either of those could be
Okay.
iron, which would be red. Oh, since he scored so high, can we make them like iron laced with salt? Can we like...
No. But, so your throwing knives are now like super juiced up. Okay. Now what does your normal attack do?
1 harm.
Okay.
But I have a shitload of them.
Okay.
The enchantment adds +1 harm and plus magic.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. And so what exactly magic are you adding to it?
I add double syphilis to the throwing knives.
I was gonna suggest holy salt water, but that's just me. No, you said syphilis. We're sticking with syphilis.
Alright, okay.
God damn it. Would it speed up the syphilis? That like,
Sure.
Can we make it go crazier faster? Okay,
sure.
good.
I'm alright with that. Before you attack, yeah, let's roll for you act under pressure. Because you just got, like, kicked back into this fucking smorgasbord of bullshit. So roll to act under pressure real quick. 5 plus 1 is 6. You want to toss that? Oh, you already used your +1 for that one, you little shit.
It's technically
Well,
7.
did I-
Oh, that's right, you're right.
Plus
Okay,
1.
great. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So, you kind of like dig yourself out of this pile a little bit, and as you finally like hoist yourself out of the mess, something bonks on your shoulder and hits to the ground in front of you, and it's a fucking McDonald's Happy Meal, and when it pops open, it's just 2 big-ass orders of French fries just sitting in there.
It's the saltiest fucking thing on the menu. Okay.
If you'd like, I don't know what we can roll to do, but you can definitely smear some French fry on these throwing knives that are covered in syphilis.
Oh, hell yeah. I guess that maybe also an act under pressure technically?
Sure.
Okay.
Can you also roll to give me some milk?
The not syphilis ones, though.
After
No, I want
after I rub it on the knife. Fine. Oh, wait, no. I can use luck.
That's
I have
right.
luck.
You got a
Oh,
point of
we
luck.
haven't done that at all.
Yeah, well, it's good. You only get a certain amount of luck for your entire character's career, so.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, that never replenishes.
Oh.
And if you use all of your luck, then your character's considered doomed because you can never pull off something like this. So you fucking natural 12 that shit.
Yeah.
You wipe those fucking blades. They are smothered and covered in delicious French fry, salty, greasy goodness. And so now...
So she got a 12. She was able to throw some at me, right? And I catch him in my mouth.
Yes.
Yes,
In
it was
slow motion.
beautiful.
Yes.
It's really epic.
Like Air Bud. You
Hell
fucking got it.
Ba-ba-ba.
Yes. So, and the demon's like, and looks up.
It
and
makes
it's
a
Tim
Scooby-Doo
Allen.
noise?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And so now attack, I guess.
But if it's... you didn't say it was Tim Allen. Like, that's
Yeah.
different.
Snake eyes!
Actually,
so she fumbles.
even worse. My tough is -1. It's literally just 1.
So she fucking...
God, I suck ass.
She fumbles with the knives, and it slices just a little bit on the knee. You may have syphilis now. You'll have to get checked after the fucking fight. Alright, Jeremy, it's up to you.
Okay, well, I'm glad I wasted my magic enchanting her weapons.
Well, you could still get them and throw them.
Okay.
Well, they've cut you right now, so let's just stick with maybe you should use either like a tangible weapon or maybe cast something else. Because
I don't want to touch those things. They're covered in syphilis.
But it was okay for me to touch them.
Well, now you cut them, so now you cut yourself, so now you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. No, you're fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to inflict some harm again.
Okay.
Okay, but I have a hunting rifle, so I
Yes.
quite literally can snipe it.
Yeah, well, then start firing.
Okay, so I'm going to back up far away from this thing. I'm going to put my ass against the wall
Nice, okay.
and take this hunting rifle out. Oh boy. Okay, but my tough is 1, so it's actually 5.
Well, mark 1 for experience. You miss the demon
Yeah.
with your gun.
Okay.
But, you know, you're pretty usually a crack shot with this thing. So, although you missed the demon, you shot the shit out of Lou Halbrook.
Oh.
He's fucking dead on the bed. You shot the shit out of him.
I mean,
Right in the
is
mouth.
Is that something to be proud of? I mean, he could have just been innocent, right? He was just
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely gonna stick with you forever. That's definitely, yeah.
I'm gonna be haunted by this guy for a while. Eve is now closer to the demon than I am.
Yeah, I
True.
was like, can I try again with the knives?
Yes.
Now that I'm
Sweet.
potentially infected with syphilis.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, oh boy! Mark experience.
Can I kill myself? Can I do that?
You're
Can I
you're
fail
gonna do
so
it if you
bad
keep
that
fucking
I
up.
just stabbed myself in the
So
face?
you go to reach for the knife and you fucking kick it with your own foot and you're like, God damn it! And then you go fucking.
Eve, are you hurt at all right now?
No, she's about to be though.
Yeah, fuck you!
You're literally bent down, going, the knives.
Yeah!
Okay, so the it's only a 6, so you're lucky. The demon swoops at you and you fucking
Just
duck
as I
it.
bent down
Yeah,
to pick up the
exactly.
knife.
Because now this has become a whoopsie doodle situation. Alright, Jeremy. This
Alright,
thing
more
has a
magic.
whopping 3 points of damage so far, and it's all thanks to you.
Well, if I were to, I mean, just looking at it, it looks like it's probably only a 5 points of damage kind of demon, so I think we're more than halfway there, probably.
Probably not.
Okay. Well.
So now, since you're not moving back, if you want to enchant your gun or cast magic.
I'm gonna enchant my weapon. I'm gonna give it some magic. I'm gonna get the hunting rifle magic.
Okay,
Here
nice.
we go. 7. Plus, my 2 for weird. So
Nice. Okay, excellent.
all right. So I give it a little bit of 1 more +1 harm
Perfect.
and magic.
Cool.
I'm giving it. Steve, help me out here. Can you hear me over there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay. So, but I need to know what kind of magic to put on my gun here.
The holy magic.
Holy
White magic, that's true.
Yeah,
White
there you
magic.
go.
I am enchanting my weapon
With the power
with
of the Lord.
+1 harm and the power of triple syphilis.
Syphilis, that's a different thing. Also, by the way, what I just pictured is to make it enchanted with white magic, is he just grabbed a baseball bat and just slid it into the hunting rifle, and so now you're just Harvey Keitel in Dusk Till Dawn.
Thank you.
Perfect.
It's a big cross shotgun now.
All right.
Or hunting rifle,
it's
rather.
White magic. Okay.
Are you gonna fire this fucking thing after you've
Oh,
altered
can I
circumstances?
do that?
You might as well at this point.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Okay. So then I'm gonna kick some asshole.
There you go.
Oh, somehow I forgot about the exorcism thing.
Fuck.
All right. I'm just gonna use some luck. Screw it.
Yeah,
Thank
here, we're gonna do this and this. Because clearly...
So I got a perfect 12.
So how much... So that's an extra point of damage.
So it's a 2 harm gun that's got 1 extra harm from magic. So another 3 harm on this bad.
Well, I'm gonna say, since you nailed that in terms of the plus... you got the natural 12 on it, I'm gonna add another one onto that.
Okay.
So-
Is that from the white
The
magic?
holiness.
Yes,
Yeah,
The
there you go.
holy spirit.
It's up to you now. You gotta hit it with these knives thing.
All right.
It's more so crazy.
How many times have you tried to
This is the
use
third.
these knives now?
This is the third.
Love it.
5, 6, 7 plus tough. -1, 6. Do you have anything? Can you help out?
Oh, I will help out. Can I help
Yeah,
out?
that's one of the moves, is help
Okay,
out.
great.
So roll for cool. Nailed it. 7, you fucking finally pick up the knife. Got it! And then, whoosh, you throw it across the room. and it stabs it right in the heart, and because it's got that greasy French fry salt and double syphilis, it just starts to sizzle away at the demon, and because of his previous kick-ass roll, that takes the damage up to 8 harm, which is what the demon's fucking health was, so that sizzles the whole, and the demon just screeches, and it just disintegrates from the inside out, and it's gone. And with it, most of the money.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
Because it was ill-gotten. Because the demon helped to make that come to fruition.
No, I'm like a boo in the cavern. I'm just trying to scoop it into my pocket.
You're getting mostly ketchup packets and like tourist t-shirts at this point.
Okay. Can I go check on Lou to see if he's okay?
Yes. Yeah, you can investigate him.
Okay, so I'm at a 9 on that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I walk over and I find out. I'll just say, what happened here?
He got shot. I don't know who did that.
Who did that? Who did that? Eve.
No, he got shot and is dead. But he was dead a long time ago. Like, this demon definitely just ate this man's soul. This guy's just a husk. He wasn't...
What you're saying is, I did him a favor.
I wouldn't go that far. He's still dead. But you can see that, you know, at this core, Hal just wanted to be a winner. That's all he was really looking for. You guys come out of the hotel room, and luckily for you, because this is a retro hotel, there are no security cameras on the executive suite floor. So, clean bill of health there, which is good. And so, you guys...
Right. Well, Eve...
You guys come out, and you go in the elevator. You go down to the first floor. And as the elevator opens, you see the Slotty Sultan. And he's like, "Hey, the Vegas couple! Did you just gonna say hi to Big Lou?" And you guys are like, yeah, in a manner of speaking, sure. And he wanted me to give you guys this, and he hands each of you an envelope. And he goes, "I hope you enjoy your stay in Vegas, everybody. Bright Light City, do clam bake!" And he goes and fucks off. And you both open the envelopes, and there's a letter in there written from Lou, and it says, you know, if you're getting this, then that means you guys have set me free. And I got it over my head, and I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm probably dead and dealing with a demon, but I super appreciated of what you guys did, and so here's a little something that I was able to get off the slots. And so each of you have like the little printout of like the, hey, go cash it in with the pit boss, and it's like a couple of grand each for each of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then the end of the letter says, unless of course this has been a mistake, in which case this is a joke, I'm not dead, this is a joke, please give me these cash vouchers if I'm alive, please don't do this to me, I need this. And signed, Lou Halbrook. And there you go.
Well, Eve, another mystery well solved. What do you say we go celebrate with some victory sex?
I don't know about well solved, but I think at this point my day can't get any worse. He might have syphilis.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode of Monster of the Week. If you're interested in other tales told by myself, and you'll want to hop back over to the Wrestling Nerds Radio Network SoundCloud, I've done one full episode with a group of hunters based around the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I will be doing some other episodes that'll be posted soon enough. And the big reveal, the whole reason for this crossover, ladies and gentlemen, T.N. Guignol and myself will be bringing back Frightful Failures to the internet. So, stay tuned to this SoundCloud among other outlets for podcasts, and you will hear from us very, very soon. Thank you so much for listening. We love to hear back from our fans. Any feedback, any suggestions for future mysteries, please let us know, and stay tuned to Frightful Failures.